Hello there! How are you? Welcome to day 27 of this mindfulness challenge. I'm Anna, your mindfulness teacher, and if you would like to, then today you can practice 27 minutes of mindfulness with me. All you need is to find the ideal space where you won't be disturbed for the next minutes. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. Okay, beautiful. If you found your spot for today's practice, then may I say that the hardest part is over. Those moments where you don't know if you will find the time, and then where will you be able to do it, to practice mindfulness today. Well, here you are. Welcome with all my heart. Welcome. And if it's helpful for you, close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. No, I'm just kidding. If you're a Beatles fan, you know this reference. But close your eyes or soften your gaze. And sometimes I find it so beneficial to go through a couple of deep breathing cycles. So I'm letting my body know that I am transitioning into this practice. So if you want to breathe deeply with me, then go ahead. If you want to do something else that will help you settle, then by all means, also do it. And before we dive into the core of today's practice, let's have a quick check-in. Let's check in with our emotions. So how are you feeling right now, my friend? How is it for you? What's your emotional weather? And check with yourself if you also have this pattern. But it's really interesting how the mind works. The moment I pose this question, how are you feeling right now? The tendency is for the mind to go deep into analyzing, thinking, finding the right answer. Like so much can happen, can be a trigger for that question. If that's the case for you, then just keep breathing and see if something more clear comes up. And wherever your answer or your answers may be, it's always good to remember, particularly for unpleasant or heavy emotions, that this is just a radiography, a snapshot of how you're feeling right now. It might not be the case in an hour. Because emotions also come and go. Then they don't stay with us forever. Wonderful. So let's continue. And today's practice is gonna be around something that is so well known in the practice of mindfulness. We're gonna focus, we're gonna play, we're gonna explore how to be mindful with our breath. And right away, because the breath can be such a charged body sensation for so many people. If you're one of those, if you feel that is challenging for you, remember you can always step aside, focus on the body, focus on something else, even stop the practice completely if it doesn't feel right with you, until you want to give it another go, if that ever comes. And always listen to yourself, do what you know is best for you and your body. But if you are in the mood of exploring mindfulness with the breath, we're going to start by just noticing, where do you feel the breath the most in your body right now? As simple as that. You go inwards and notice, where in your body do you feel the breath the most? And I should also mention that during this breathing practice, you're not supposed to alter or modify your breath in any way. Not at all. You don't need to do anything for your body to breathe. So whatever instructions or suggestions I offer, see if you can do them without controlling your breath, without altering in any way. Okay, so now we're just focusing on, where do you feel the breath the most? And depending on how you breathe, for some people this will be on the belly area. Maybe they can feel the clothes contracting and expanding around the belly every time they breathe. But for others, the belly might not really offer much feedback, and yet they can feel a lot on their throat, on their trachea. But maybe, who knows, maybe you're the type of person who has more sensations around the nostrils, on the nose. Or maybe you can feel your breath quite strongly on your lungs and your chest area. And it may very well be that you feel it in a different place. And that's okay too. So the beginning of this practice is, now that once you have found the place where you feel the breath the most in your body, you're going to stay connected to that area. You're going to bring your whole awareness to this specific place in your body during the whole breathing cycle. You go through one and another, and you do your best to stay focused on that area. Okay, I'll stay quiet so you can practice. And as strange as it may seem, the moment we ask the mind to focus on something, when we're minimizing the noise of everything else, like we're doing right now as we practice mindfulness, the mind will have a hard time focusing on that specific thing, in this case, our breath, where you feel the breath the most. And when that happens, I like to remember that I use this analogy between my thinking brain and a puppy. You know, this baby, cute baby dog that is just so active and so eager to discover, to smell, to run over everything. It's just really hard for a puppy to stay focused. And when people train their dogs, especially when they're babies, they might get angry, but it doesn't really make more sense to get upset with the puppy because that's their nature. That's how they are. And that's also the nature of our thinking mind. We try to focus, concentrate on something specifically, and the mind just keeps wandering and wandering. So if that's the case, it's all good. See if you can bring a friendly attitude towards your own puppy. If you don't like dogs, pick another animal. It's okay. But see if you can bring a kind, friendly attitude and come back to the practice. So we're just noticing, staying really close, feeling these sensations around this area where we feel the breath the most. Beautiful. So now we're going to add something new to this. But before we do that, I would like you to bring your attention to your inhale and then your exhale and notice, are there any differences? Or better said, do you feel any differences in your body when you inhale as opposed to when you exhale? And you might say, yeah, obviously there are some differences, that could very well be an answer. So imagine that you have to explain to someone who has never breathed, who doesn't have a human body like the one you've got, what are the differences? How can you tell in your body that you're inhaling as opposed to exhaling? What would you tell this person? Okay, maybe you might say that when you inhale, you feel some parts of your body expanding, taking space. The rib cage opens sidewise, or the belly goes to the front. And that when you exhale, then you release, something leaves your body, this air that you just put inside. Those may be some of the possible answers. But for now, let's stay with the inhale. So every time you inhale, in your mind, you're gonna mentally say, inhale, inhale. Then you pause, you switch to the exhale, and you stay quiet, observing the exhale. And when you inhale again, you label this action one more time. Inhale, inhale, and so on. So try this on your own, and I'll be back. So inhale, inhale with every in-breath. On the exhale, we stay quiet and we start. Inhale, 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 inhale. If your puppy mind comes back and wants to distract you, wants to take you somewhere else, go to the street, play with other puppies, the moment you notice, smile. Smile, because that's the opportunity, the cue for you to come back and to pay attention to the in-breath. And mentally say, inhale, inhale. Okay, beautiful. Another variation of this practice is, instead of saying inhale, inhale, you just mentally whisper in as the air is going in. So in, pause, exhale, and begin again. In, pause, exhale. So try this one for another minute and see what comes up. What are your thoughts right now? Are you still focusing on your in-breath, or did you go somewhere else with your puppy? Okay, let's switch now to the out breath. And we're going to repeat what we just did, but just with the exhale. So inhale on silence, then pause. And on the exhale, you're going to repeat silently. Exhale, exhale. Pause, then inhale again in silence. Exhale, exhale. Exhale, exhale. Okay, I'm sure you got it. So I'll let you practice on your own. And let's see how that goes for you. Good luck. Did you get lost? Are you still here, concentrated on your out breath? If you were, awesome. And if you weren't, awesome too, because this is the cue for you to come back and stay very close, very curious to your breath and your out breath in particular. Okay, nice. If you want to try also practicing with the second option, now you can. So just to clarify, I mean the option of saying out and out. So we inhale in silence, pause. When we're letting the air out, we say out, out. Out, out. Out, out. Okay, so now we can spice it up. Ooh. And we can actually remain the labels both on the inhale and on the exhale. So inhale, inhale, pause. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, pause. Exhale, exhale. Or if you prefer, obviously you can use the other option. In, pause. Out, out, pause. In, pause. Out, out, pause. So I'll let you try and explore and play with this option and see how it goes. Okay, where is your puppy? Is your puppy there with you, or is it taking a nap so you can concentrate and focus on the exercise and strengthen every time you get distracted and you come back, you're strengthening your mindfulness muscle. So puppies are also good, you know. Anyway, so where were you? Were you with your breath? Were you somewhere else? Let's resume and stay close to the breath for a couple more minutes. Come on, you're doing great. Nice. And if your puppy comes, it wants to play, it wants to distract you. Just say thank you, but no, I'm focusing on my breath, my inhale and my exhale, which are really important and they keep me alive. So maybe some other time. Okay, my friend, this is it. Whenever you feel ready, inhale with me deeply. Exhale, let go of the air, let go of the practice. Well done, you just practice 27 minutes of mindfulness. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you feel like it, I would love to know. I am really curious which one of the choices that we try resonates with you the most. So let me know down below in the comments. And I hope to see you tomorrow for day 28. Hey, don't go before you know that you can download and access and get these meditations for life and for free. All you gotta do is follow the link down below and let me know that you would like to have them.